What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today, welcome to this week's hero ranking. This week we are going over Spider-Woman. Please check out that video. If you haven't already, we take her through 6 games, playing every aspect together. You know how Spider-Woman works. I had a great time with her. 6 games is a lot of games, and I had to do it all in a row. Kind of rough, but I still had a good time. So let's move on. So first thing we're gonna do, Alter Ego. Alter Ego, out of 0 through 4, I put her as a 1. Let's go here. Jessica Drew, 3 recovery, that's normal. She's Shield Spy. Double Agent, choose 2 aspects instead of 1 during deck building. You must include an equal number of cards from those aspects in your deck. Okay, we did that correctly. Action, look at the top card of any deck. Limit once per round. No, I did not use this ability at all. But the strong thing about this is the fact that you can also look at the encounter deck. And also, it says any deck. So if you got Crossbones out there, you can look at the top of the weapons deck he has, or the Infinity Stone deck if you're playing that. Or if you're in multiplayer, you can look at the top card of your friends decks if you really so choose for some reason. So it's a pretty strong ability, but I ranked it as 1 because I didn't really use it that often. Not even for my own deck. I didn't see a purpose to. Moving on to the hero form. Hero form I gave a 3. And that's it this way. Which is a 1/1/1 across the board. Hand size 5, hit points 11. Superhuman agility. Interrupt. When you play an aspect card, Spider-Woman gets +1/+1/+1 until the end of the round. Limit once per round for each aspect. So if you can somehow pull playing all 4 aspects, you got 5/5/5 across the board, which is really good. I think the most I got in my 6 games is 4. Yeah. I don't think I could get a 4th. It's very rare if you get all that in your cards. But I put her as a 3, basically because of that, because she's so powerful, and if you do it right, you can get either a big hit, a big thwart, or a big defense, and it's throughout the entire round, not just one phase. Moving on to Captain Marvel, I put as a 3 as well. Now this one I had to think about because 4/2/2/3. She's a wild resource. Response after Captain Marvel uses a basic power, draw 1 card. Now I was going to put her lower, but because she costs 4, but she's 2/2, which is still pretty powerful, and she can do that 3 times if you don't defend her, so that's 6 and 6. Spanning 3 rounds. But the reason she's a 3 is because no matter which one you use, you get to draw an extra card regardless, which I think is very powerful in its own right. Moving on to Finesse. Finesse I put as a 3, because who doesn't love resource generators? Just 2 upgrade. Finesse, hero resource, exhaust Finesse, generate a wild resource for an aspect card. So it's so hopefully you have a ton of aspect cards in your deck, especially Spider-Woman's deck, more so than any other deck, because she has aspect cards built into her deck. So you pay 2, put it down. Basically it's a card itself, so you would think 3, but since it generates resources, the regular cost is 2. Pay 2 cards, put this down, you have a resource to pay for another card. Really good card. There's 2 of them in there. You get them both out there. You're just going balls to the wall with resource generators, especially wilds too, which is really good. Moving on to Jessica Drew's apartment is a 2. It's a 1 cost support, alter ego action, exhaust Jessica's apartment, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an aspect card and add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. It's very powerful because you get to search for a certain aspect card if you're looking for it, or if you want to get as many +1s to your stats, your basic stats, as you can. So it's not horrible, but I haven't played it enough. I played it a few times, but it's still pretty good. Very helpful if you're trying to get near the end. Moving on to Venom Blast. It's a 3. Venom Blast, 2 cost card for hero action attack, deal 5 damage to this enemy. To an enemy. 2 cost card for 5 damage. That is very good. That is almost along the lines of, I think, Swinging Web Kick, 3 cost for 8 damage. It's just like one tier below that. Because I think what Haymaker is 2 for 3. So yeah, this is a very good cut card. There's nothing else I can really say about it, but it not necessarily for the collector who I played against, but the minions I would use this on. I guess moving on to Pheromones. Pheromones I put also as a 3. Pheromones cost 2 card to stun and confuse the enemy, which is another great card, especially if you find yourself in a pinch and you're not sure which way to go and you need to go to Alter Ego, or it's time to go to Hero Form. That's all I can really say about that. Artwork's pretty cool. That's all that. Pheromones, yeah. Who doesn't love stunning and confusing the enemy? If you're playing a Stalwart there, though, this card is probably pretty useless unless there's a lot of minions. That's the downfall on that part. Moving on to Containment Immunity, which I actually put as a 4. Oh, that's not Containment Immunity. Two cost card to hero action, heal 3 damage from Spider-Woman and give her a tough status card. Now, the reason she's a 4 because it costs only 2. You heal 3 damage and you get a tough status card. So you don't even have to flip to Alter Ego to heal, and you're getting that tough status card. It's great. It's amazing. Who doesn't love tough? Especially if you play this and this together, you're like good for two whole turns. 2 whole turns. It's great. I love this card. Play it as much as I could. Moving on to Inconspicuous, which is number 3. 1 cost card to remove a total of 3 threat from among schemes to play. So I had this in my hand. Excuse me. I had this in my hand along with 4 Justice. Yeah. And then I wasn't able to get the remove 4 from 4 Justice. And that is a, what is that? It's a 2 cost card, I believe. But this is a 1 cost card to remove 3 threat. And it adds to your basic powers, basic abilities, whatever you want to call it. So this is another phenomenal card. Only 1 cost. 2 cost if you're doing the whole pay 1 to play as, you know what I mean. But great card, just to remove 3. Last but not least, Self-Prepared Glide. I put it as number 3. Now this was 1 cost event to ready Spider-Woman, and she gains the aerial until the end of the round. I don't think I really worked on the aerial card that much. Still relevant? Aerial trait? Or is it relevant? Has it become relevant? I don't have all the cards. But 1 cost to ready yourself up. So if you able to stack a bunch of aspects on your hero to give her like +2, +2, +2, and you have some of these in your hand, you can essentially do 3 attack, or 3 attack, you know. This card is very good. There's 3 of them in your deck. So if you have all your finesses out there and any other resource generators, you can just use these to pay for this and just constantly come back and use your other cards to play for aspect cards. It's a really great card. I should have made it a 4 maybe. But anywho, that is all 16, 17 cards with the hero and aspect. 17 cards of Spider-Woman's Heroes pack. So her overall total that I gave her is a 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think about her hero cards, which ones you like, which ones you don't like, which ones you play the most, which ones you don't. Let me know what your ranking out of 10 would be. And if you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to go live or post videos, there is details in the links below for my Twitch, Discord, and Facebook. Alright, thanks everybody. Deuces.